All right, so yeah, I'm Larry. I'm Baltimore crew staff, and just wanted to welcome you to our mini Devo for the day. We're going to try this out for 2 weeks and see how it goes. And we're living in strange times, weird times. Never seen anything like this before, and it certainly is a great opportunity for us to uh, learn how to walk with God in the midst of uncertainty. It is just tragic, the things that are happening around us. Uncertainty, looking at my retirement account just take a nosedive, all the things that are troubling, that are big things and little things. And of course, uh, we know that God is unchanging during all this time. That's the comfort to me, that he never changes. He saw this coming. He's in control. And my hope is that through all this, there will be a great awakening around the world, a revival of sorts, that God will use us to spiritually waken people up. And I know that I've become sharper in the last 2 weeks, really, as I've had to depend on him more, canceling our spring break trips, uncertain about what we're going to do with meetings, how we're going to connect with students, all these questions that you have, that I have, that we don't know, but God knows, and he's in control. He never changes, and that's the comfort and beauty that we have in Jesus. So I just want to talk today about just having an eternal perspective. It's the thing that really kind of transformed my life in college. A guy named Rick James taught me this, and I'll talk about him in a little bit. But I'm so glad that he taught me this passage from 2 Corinthians 4. So I'm gonna share that screen with you and read it. Um, let's see, there it is. So it says, "So we do not lose heart, though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporal, but the things that are unseen are eternal." And Paul was writing to people in Corinth who were certainly in the minority of their culture. They were living a very different life than those around them in Corinth. There was all kinds of craziness happening around them, sexual immorality, people enslaved literally, and there was this little pocket of Christians there and they were persecuted very often. And he calls this light and momentary affliction. And certainly at the time, trials and those kinds of problems don't seem like light. They don't seem like momentary. But it is preparing for us this thing that's eternal, this eternal glory. It's strengthening their faith muscles. And so he says, look, we're going to look to the things not that are seen, but the things that are unseen, because he calls them temporal. So temporal are things that will only last as long as this world lasts. So they're temporary, right? But the things that are eternal, the things we can't see, they're going to last forever. They're going to start in this world, and they're going to go to the next world, right? So you've probably heard somewhere about the line and the dot, right? I was taught this by Rick. So you can live for imagine a line that goes out infinitely in each direction, right? You can live for just the dot, the here and now. Well, how am I doing today? What are the things that are temporal? Okay, even like these hard things. My whole life could be about right here, right now. Or I could imagine myself that, yeah, a million years from now, right, coronavirus is not going to be the first thing on my mind. But it is right now, and that's normal, that's fine. But I'm not going to be ruled just by what I'm experiencing here and now. So in college, I was talking to this guy, Rick taught me this. I was all about cars, and I still am. I love cars. It's all about the Yankees, okay? And so I'd get emotional, I get frustrated, like how the Yankees were doing or not doing. And you're only as good as your last win or your last Aaron Judge home run, right? You have to keep performing. You can be living for the temporal. But if that's all your life's about, it's not going to be secure, right? There's shaky ground for sure. But if I'm living for the things that are eternal, the things that will last forever, I can be assured that those things that I'm investing in now will pay off forever. So I want to live not just for the dot, but for the line. And so this guy, Rick, I mentioned, texted me last night. He's my spiritual father, right? Your spiritual daddy. He led me to really walk with Jesus. I think I was a Christian before coming into college, but he was the one that brought me up in my faith so well. And he texted me that he has COVID, that he's had it for about 10 days and can't shake it. And he's going to the emergency room. And he's had bouts of pneumonia, so he's certainly at risk. And that was very unsettling. And I'm not sure what's going to happen, of course. I don't know the future. But God knows, and he's in control. And whether God chooses to heal Rick or to take him home, I can rest assured that I'm going to see Rick again, that we're going to embrace, we're going to tell jokes and laugh like we always have. But I certainly hope and I pray, and I believe God can heal him and heal anybody. And I know the death rate is very low, like 1 to 3%. I'm not sure. So there's all kinds of hope, obviously. But I don't want my experience just today temporarily affect my attitude towards God, towards his people, towards his word, because those are the three things that will last forever: God, his word, and his people. And so I want to encourage you with your time now here during this weird time to invest in those three things, to invest in your relationship with God, do the things that lead to a healthy spiritual life, be praying, be in the word, try some new, spiritual disciplines out that you've never tried before, whether it's fasting or journaling or solitude. maybe not the solitude right now, you get enough of that, but try some new spiritual disciplines. Invest in your relationship with God, invest in other people. How can I bless other people? I look through my contacts and who haven't I contacted in a while, and just say, hey, I just want to let you know I'm praying for you right now. And then you have all this extra time to read in the word. I've been trying to get through the New Testament in these last couple weeks. Just say, you know what, I'm going to take today and I'm going to read the book of Matthew, 28 chapters. And it's been really helpful just to do broad reading. Starting Bible study is good and it's different, and you want to go deep in Bible study, but just do some broad reading, things that you never had a chance to do before. So invest in those three things: God, his people, and his word. And you'll be investing for eternity. And it certainly does shape and mold your attitude in the here and the now. So the things that are happening right now, of course, are important. They're life-threatening. Just everything seems like it's at risk, but we know that our God is in control. So I just want to encourage you with that, to go with this eternal perspective, because they are momentary. We will get out of this. The beautiful thing about this coronavirus is that we know what the problem is, and we know that there's going to be a solution. These things have come and gone. We don't know exactly what life's going to look like on the other side, but we know that there will be a solution. There is a way out. And beyond that, we know that there's a great God who's in control, that loves you, that calls you his son, calls you his daughter. Such a beautiful thing. So I want to encourage you to take this extra time that you have. Like I said, invest in God, invest in other people, invest in his word, and you won't ever regret that. So we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to hit stop now, and then we could talk about it.